Okay, Brian from Garage Mahal. Today we are working on a Rav4 and we are going to be replacing the shocks, struts, front and rear. I'm going to show you how to do the front ones, which is not too bad. One word of warning when I get up there though, you are going to have to replace the sway bar linkage. I've never been able to really save any of them. You end up having to cut them out, and I'll show you how to kind of do that quickly and easy. But anyway, up top, first thing I usually do is I locate the strut base up at the top, and I definitely take the bolts out completely, and I'll make things a little bit easier when you get to the bottom. And I'll show you. Loosen them up. And they shouldn't be on there He-Man tight, but depending on the last guy that did them, they'll just be prepared. Okay, and so that part's done on that side. Now we're going to raise it up. Get my little tool tray over so we can make things a little bit easier for you guys to follow along. And you can see that's the side I did yesterday. So we're going to get it kind of eye level, and then we'll be making it go back and forth. But you're going to need a couple tools. You need those, that, and these, and I'll lay them out on the other tool bench once we get over into place. Let me get this tire out of the way. Okay. Okay, so I always have my handy dandy Milwaukee tools, but you need a hammer, you're gonna need a 22mm socket, 22mm wrench, and a 14 and a 15, and you're gonna need some 10mm, as always on most of these cars. Let me see if I got that stuff sitting over here. Maybe not. Okay, this is going to be your handy dandy grinder, because you are definitely going to need that. Okay, so first thing, you want to spray everything down. Everything that you're disconnecting, even though we're not doing that, we'll give that a quick spray just to make life a little bit easier. Okay, so you can tell this shock is obviously seen better days and needs to be replaced. And you got some stuff over here on this side that you got to disconnect. You know what, let me give us some more light over here. See how that, there we go, that has a lot more light for us. So we can see, so basically we're going to be getting these bolts out first. Actually, let me grind this out real quick. It's going to be the first step, just to kind of get that horror show out of the way. And I got wires all over the place. Okay, so basically your sway bar linkage is going to be attached to this at the top, so we really don't need that. We're just going to cut this one out at the bottom. And let me get some quick hearing protection.
Because that gets loud.
Where's my hair? My better ones. Okay. Okay, so before you grind, always make sure you have eyeglass protection and hearing protection. And that is smoking. But anyway, that's your quick and easy way to get that piece out. Hello.
Hi, this is Courtney from AutoZone.
Hey, Courtney.
319. Am I at the right spot? Got a yellow Hummer in the driveway?
That is the place.
All right, I'm here. I got your parts.
Okay, I'll be right out.
All right, thank you.
Bye. Okay, so that's grinded off. Ground that down a little bit smoother, so make a good connection. But again, they usually get so rusted and corroded. You got to put an Allen key in there, and then that center piece usually just crumbles on you. So anyhow, save you some aggravation there. Okay, that's 21. No, that's gonna be our 22. That's our 22 socket. And we'll put a 22 socket on the other edge. Now I'm just gonna loosen this, and then I'm gonna loosen the bolts on this side so you can get the brake sensor out of the way and the brake line. But basically, you are putting one wrench here. Make sure you got it on reverse. So that comes out pretty easy. If you don't have an impact, this job is a little more difficult. I mean, you can do it, but it definitely gets in a lot easier if you got one. Okay. Get that wrench on there a little bit better. Okay. So we got that nut out of the way. And then they should come out relatively easy. But you got a couple things in there. I usually use a body piece to kind of get this little sensor out of the way. Attached to the arm. Sometimes you need a little bit of persuasion. Alright, so that comes out. And then I think these are 14s, if I remember correctly. Let me put the, yeah, I think they're 14s. So look at this little, put the extension on that. You know, it's kind of a hard angle at the light, but basically, I think it's 14. So it is a 14. We're going to use our little Milwaukee right angle impact. Got that one out. Let's try this one again. That one's not moving too good. A little more shot of lube all the way around. It's starting to move. Or am I bending it? All right. That's what I was afraid of on that. So that's our 14 millimeter. We're gonna have to get a little more interesting. We're gonna use our little side impact, and we'll put a 14 on that. Alright, there we go. A little persuasion from a little impact gun. Alright, so you got this free, and then this has a little weird configuration to it, but that loosens up. Alright, now these, we got to put the impact on the other side to help them slide out a little bit better. Okay, see how that starts sliding towards you. So this next one will loosen it up even more. Okay. And then this whole piece will kind of fall forward and to the right. It's not going to go anywhere, but so that shock is nice and loose. So what we are going to do, we're going to slide our little handy dandy tool tray out of the way, and we're going to lower it down, and then we're going to use our 14 millimeter. I'm going to use this, or we can use the wrench since we loosened them up already. So let's loosen that down. So if you have a lift, obviously you kind of know what to do, but you just lower it down so you can kind of get at this level, or if you have it on jack stands. So you want to loosen the bolts, the rest of the way. We'll get the harder one. Hard to reach one right here. Alright, put the old bolt up there. Get this one in the back. There's really no room to get in here with any electric tools, unfortunately. I'd love to be able to get in here because this becomes a little tedious. The old hand tools, but next one. Now, put your hand underneath to help hold and guide it, so when it does go, I think we're close enough. I can probably do this by hand. Okay, so got that. Go below. Let's grab that. Watch my electrical wires. So that's your old one. Let's get the new one out of the box. Now I got this from AutoZone, but you can actually get them pretty cheap online. With everything I have going on, it's usually easier to have them delivered to the house. Okay. I'm going to take this little warning label off. These should be 15 mil, I believe. Yeah, 15 millimeter. Now, this spins pretty freely, so you gotta kind of be careful that, but you're gonna be looking to kind of get it in, and you just want to lift it up and line it, and then you get one nut on here. Let's let this light fall real quick. Then you want to position it in there so you can kind of lift it up one-handed. Okay, then you just want to get one nut started as far as it will let you go. Then you can put the other two on. One in the back. Then I get this one up in this corner. Okay, so basically they're in place. You're going to need the 15 socket. Or we can do it with this one real quick. And as you put them in, you want to alternate them. Yeah, that's the right way. That one up slow. Jump to that back one. Okay, so that one's starting to go. see if I can't put my one Milwaukee on there. Okay. Alright, so nice and tight. Hopefully I sped through that part of the video for you. Now we're going to raise that up. Let's get our light back into place so you guys can see what's going on, but alright, so basically this kind of twists freely, which makes life a lot easier. And then you are basically giving this a quick spray, make everything slide in a little bit easier. And then you can easily lift this into place, move it around, and then you are going to be putting your bolts back in. And they should go in relatively easy. You shouldn't have to fight any of this. Just shimmy it around a little bit. And then basically we are putting them back in. That back on, put that one back on, back up forward, tighten it down. Nice and tight. Let's just make sure. Okay. Okay. Nice and torqued. Alright, and that's basically all there really is to it. Then you're putting that clip back in for the speed sensor. Give a little try to get a little bit of a love tap. Love tap that goes in, and then this one gets lined up here, so it's going to be your 110 or 13, I think it's 13 millimeter nut bolt rather. This configuration is kind of way back here. So that clips in, so that lines up with that. And then this kind of weirdly sandwiches over the top. You'll see what I mean when you start taking it apart. And then that hole lines up. It's supposed to all line up. Let's see if we got that hole in there right. Okay, there we go. It's all a little bit of a tight fit back there, but you'll see. You'll see what I mean when you start putting everything into place. Quick little hits. That's got a smart mode, so it won't over torque it, which I like a lot. All right, so that's got ready to fall apart. Then we're gonna get the sway bar links, which just got delivered. And like I said, that's why you only cut the bottom piece out, because the top one's never gonna last for you. And these always have an Allen key fitting that you can pretty much use just once, because they just go to hell with a little bit of rust, especially up here in the northeast. It should be a 5.5. No. It looks like a Craftsman commercial, but okay, so that's a 5. Put all that stuff there. Oh, and it comes with little grease fittings. How cute. So we'll put them in. We'll give them a shot of grease when we're done installing. And these you can find relatively inexpensive online. I'll find the ones you guys need for this job. Alright, so I got that in, and the configuration. It's basically pretty much like that. That's how they had them before. So, and these two are going to be, let's see what millimeter size they are. And they are going to be 15 millimeter. So let's get our 15 millimeter wrench ready. And we'll put that one here on the bottom. And put the Allen key in. I got that the right way. Nope, I always get that confused. Okay, so that one's in and tight. And there you go. You want to hit it with some grease. And a grease gun. That should be good. We'll get this little fitting on this side. So I got that out. Alright, so that is your sway bar link put in. I think we're going to give that one a little more grease here at the bottom. Okay, there we go. Okay. Alright, so that is your quick replacement of your front strut. Nothing too crazy or difficult. Just a little time consuming is all, but I think we did that pretty quick. Anyway, Brian from Garage Mahal, have a great day.